Journal entry, 15th of the month of July, in the year of our Lord 1180. Our enemy has grown desperate. As we moved north and took the castle of Sancerre, despite the bloodshed of the battlefield, the men could sense something dreadful spreading. Panicked peasants and merchants fleeing south told of a plague spreading through the lands between us and Paris, almost as if the demonic forces of our enemy have created a shield wall of disease and decay that man cannot cross. Clotaire de Lagerie, the leader of our armies, a man of incredible strength and health, soon fell ill. We do not know how the enemy has gotten to him, yet he wasted away with burning fever and was called to the Lord soon after. Thus, our enemy has shown he is capable and willing to strike at our heart, and no one is safe. My son Aldebert has taken over command, and his campaign is to cleanse the lands of any remnants of enemy forces that dare leave the lair in the forests of Orléans, where they lurk and cower. We're trying to avoid any contact with the plague that has been dropped between us and Paris, and things actually are set in motion against Burgundy as well. So King Benoit II of Burgundy, whose mother has very odd tastes and is related to the murderer Sueri of Poitiers, the Count of Carcassonne, Count Adhemar, the grandson, I think, so the son of the Duke of Champagne, the grandson of the Count Pierre Bernat, the tactician of Carcassonne, has been married to the daughter of the Duke of Burgundy, and as such is trying to enforce the claim of the Duke of Burgundy onto the evil king in the east. So that's going on. So they're actually besieging. Interestingly enough, they're working with the enemy here, besieging Forest in Burgundy. But this is none of our concern as for now. The First Army under Godofredo de Guyenne is completing the siege of Châlons, and we seek to complete the takeover of the enemy lands as quickly as we possibly can, in order to, and that's just going to be on occupied holdings, in order to force the French king out of his lair and to get the lands under our control. For now, we're going to have to resupply the army because the Second Army of Clermont-Ferrand is running a little low, whereas the First Army is about to complete the siege, and we're just shielding from enemy incursions in the north if they were to, and they're once again beginning to besiege Sancerre, coming out of their woods. My queen has gained the architect trait. Well done, my queen. And with that, given that they are once again besieging Sancerre, we will once again move north and see if we can chase them off or accost them in the field at the field of battle. I think the cowards are going to retreat as usual, but we'll see if we can catch them. Meanwhile, Châlons is about to be completed, and we do try to stay away as much as possible from the evil influence in the north. Haven't managed to catch them, but we'll retreat to Orval for now, where we have sufficient supply. And Châlons has been taken and is now under our occupation, which means Masson is next on the list. And I think that might actually be enough already to force the king to abdicate, despite the fact that he is gathering forces. And one of my courtiers has come of age. Margarete, the daughter of Gonzalin and Scholastica, my royal architect. So she's an intelligent woman, and apparently quite versed in the art of intrigue. So once again, the army is resupplying in the south, and we will keep a wary eye on the forces in the north that are operating just at the edge of the plague. That is rampant there. We will see if we can intercept any of them, but we'll try to stay away from these pillaged lands. The first army of Anjou might actually make their way here. So we'll see if we can get them intercepted. And there we go. We have caught them at the Battle of Berry under Archant Renaud of Berry. We've seen him before, but he only brings some light footmen, bowmen, and pikemen. And they are countered very heavily by our forces. They have some reinforcements coming in from the north with more pikemen and more capable troops, but also just the sheer amount of damage that we're doing. So from the acclaimed knights, from the stationed holdings, and from the skills in general, the Huskarls are doing 129 damage, and the retinue lancers are doing 680 damage. And even the regular heavy cavalry does a 404. As such, our forces are significantly more capable than the enemy's forces in the field. We'll see if the reinforcements still come in, but for now we are fighting the battle at Berry, and it looks like the soldiers are underpaid. Well, not hungry, but underpaid actually on the enemy side as well. So they have gotten some reinforcements, but we are getting through them quickly. They have brought their cavalry in, but it's only light horse, and their light horse is suppressed by our heavy cavalry and by our spearmen, and as such we have, I think, wiped them out relatively rapidly, and have completely defeated the enemy at Berry. Once again, the men on the ground at this point call it a slaughter, because the French do not easily surrender, and even a small group of soldiers and a small group of knights that has been chased off. That was still in the area, which leaves two more armies. These are the French armies themselves, who have somewhat reconstituted their forces. So we may have to flee from Clermont-sur-Allier. We'll have to see that we can escape while the second army is giving chase. So we will have to make our way out of there before the French can reach us, and get back to friendly lands, and see that we can intercept them in the meantime. The French are giving chase, obviously, but so are we, and we will see if we can catch the main host of the French while we stay. We'll retreat a bit further south, but we might be able to intercept the main host of the French. Okay, we have discovered the guild's fascination, a new innovation. We'll look at that in a minute, but for now, I am sweaty, tired, and in need of food. A long day of training with the troops is coming to an end. As we search for a place to camp, we spot an old and abandoned castle in the distance. Running a hand through my hair, I declare, that is where we will make our camp tonight. The sun is setting, and with every step towards the ruin, it looks more ominous. Before long, the soldiers are whispering about ghosts. We can get improved morale for 10 years, or we will look for treasure. I don't mind to improve the morale. It is time to rest. I am weary, and we shall take that opportunity. While we are chasing down the French host, there is another hostile army in the area, but we will see if we can intercept where the French going. They are going into the hills of Beaujeu. We will see if we can intercept them there. It will help their defense in the hills, obviously, against our cavalry. But We have at least caught one of their armies with a few horse and pikemen, and in the fact that they are in the hills is not going to help them. So we'll retreat the besieging force a little more, while I think the Italians are. Yeah, the Italians are. Actually, there are some mercenaries here as well now. The Italians are still on the march, but for now we'll have to deal with the troops in the field. So battle has been joined, and battle should hopefully be concluded relatively quickly. They are bringing in reinforcements, but that only means we can defeat them in detail. And victory has been declared. And the Count Humphrey of Sablé, who has been, who had escaped, and who is clearly in one of the leaders of this of this demonic force, has once more, and we're going to have to retreat this even further into Gévaudan probably, has once more been seen on the field of battle. He has been wounded, but he has not been slain. We'll have to have a look at that in a minute. And I get a missive from the king. Spies have been plaguing my court, and imagine to find that they are in the employ of your spy master. We will he can so he's trying to disrupt. He has figured out that we are looking for the evil in his court. I know nothing of any spies. You may as well be angry, and I do not care in the slightest. Meanwhile, we'll have to retreat the troops even a bit further while we are busy wiping out the enemy forces here. Okay, the Knights Templar have been called. The Knights Templar, at least not the Teutonic Order, but we'll have to deal with the Temple Knights now as well. So the church has been corrupted, and the Knights Templar have joined on the side of the French as well. Okay, but let's look at the battle result for now, because I am curious. There, Count Humphrey of Sablé, he has been wounded in battle, but the monster has made his way out of there. Unfortunately, has not been captured, I think. Do we have any prisoners? No, we have no more prisoners. All right. Next up, chase down more of the... there are armies besieging the lands in the north, but we may have to deal with Blois first, and whatever other troops are moving around here. So let the Italians hopefully deal with the sieges, and we shall see if we can counter the enemy forces here. The French are retreating in disarray, and we are chasing after a host over there. We have found, well, more in the grand scheme of things. That's more adultery and general lawlessness, but I think in the grand scheme of things, that's actually a minor. Okay, Italy, can you maybe relieve the siege in the north while we are chasing down the enemy host here? Let's see if we can do that. Okay, we've once again stopped them, and at Villers, and we shall wipe them out, and then Italy hopefully moves north. Okay, that's that army dealt with. I'm not too concerned about Bourgogne at the time, but we shall move north towards relieving the embattled fortresses, and the Polish chargers wisely retreat while we are moving to relieve the castle. More murder schemes, and I am trying to get on the good graces of Adhemar of Carcassonne, who is currently one of my only vassals who is not particularly happy about things. So to make him more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment. So yeah, we'll compliment his faith, and he has gained some opinion of us, which is great. Okay, Italy is moving north, and with that I think we have chased off most of the enemy host, which means we can as well bring the first army back again. Are we on supply? Yeah, we're still running on supply limits here, but it's only a small host that I think we can deal with relatively quickly and counter the siege here. There we go. Relieve the siege at Chalon and deal with the Duke of Savoy, I think, without too much trouble. There we go. Duke of Savoy has been dealt with, and with that we only have to worry about the enemy host in the north. But we can once again bring the troops over from Gévaudan to assist with the siege of Masson. How long are the Italians? They're probably going to get to that relatively quickly. In that case, we might hold our forces in reserve then, since we are and maybe break out on the other direction. So let's bring them north towards Thiers, and we shall keep. We control these lands, so I'm not sure. Do we wish to accost Dijon? We might be accosting Dijon. Where's the plague spreading? Right? Plague is receding, so I think the evil has made its shot. And once the siege here is completed, actually, I think once the siege here is completed, then we might be able to get the king to, the king expelled from his. Yeah, they're disbanding already. I think they're about to give up. So we will bring the first army over to assist. Second army in the north is securing against enemy incursions. And the Count of Béziers has come to pay homage. Show him to me at once. So I am satisfied with his homage, and he shall serve me well, gain some renown out of that. Actually, quickly, let's have a look at the fascinations. That would be in the Toulousian culture. What are we working on right now, actually? Heraldry, which would give us... why are we working on heraldry? Or maybe I completed... Oh, I completed the guilds, that's why. Okay, so the guilds give us an additional building slot. We don't have coin for these sort of things at the moment. But instead, I think we can... 5% domain taxes sounds good. So that might be something. Or what else is there? So max number of men at arms. That's the size and everything. Or we could get trebuchets. Land grants would give us with claims, and divine right would be. I think senioralism is maybe not a bad one to focus on for now. So let's do that. That is going to take 17 years to complete, but it is good nevertheless. All right, so we'll assist with the siege, and hopefully that will put an end to this dreadful war before anything else happens. Enemy troops from Navarre, some knights with their retinue, are seen near Toulouse, but they pose no threat on their own. So we have joined the siege, and in 12 days this should be won, and then hopefully we can enforce our demands on the evil king. Now that their plague shield is fractured and the lands are recovering. And I think we have we completed? Yes, we have completed the siege. The Italians have won the siege. And with that, the Toulousian claim on the Kingdom of France will be enforced. And we will deal with the evil in Paris and take the title of them. Victorious, the Prince of France, or the former King of France, has been forced to leave, and victoriously we march north to take over the enemy court. We have we have obviously gained a lot of legitimacy, and we apparently are in trouble with an enemy caliph in the Al-Andalusian War against Toulousian lands in the south. But for now, we have much work to do, as the Kingdom of Toulouse has officially gained control over the lands, and King Enric the Good of Toulouse is now one step closer to liberating all the French people from the evil that has plagued these lands for so long. It is just Burgundy, which is the last holdout of King Benoit II, and we have to organize things for starters here, because there's a lot of things that we need to do. We don't want to enter seclusion or isolate the capital, because this is already on the. I think this is already in retreat. The plague. How bad is it still? It's mostly retreating. So I think we'll be reasonably safe. We have to deal with enemy armies, by the looks of it, Andalusian armies in the south that are now coming for their own conquest. So we will have to once more raise our men to counter this particular threat. But I believe, first of all, we probably have a few court artifacts to review and a few decisions to make. We have acquired the renowned boar hide. Okay, what else have we gotten? Let's go through all of them. We've got the Burgundian war banner, which, yeah, that's not bad. So that's something we might use. We have the Nosewise's pelt. That's 5% knight effectiveness. Yeah, take that. We have acquired the French shield for +2 court grandeur. We have acquired the Berrillon war banner, which gives us a court grandeur bonus. And we have acquired the renowned heart hide. Okay. What else have we got? A lot of boar hides. So they've been busy hunting and collecting hides by the look of it. There's another one of those. There's another hide. And we have the skull cap of Charlemagne. 10% knight effectiveness. Yes, that is definitely going in on the court. We have acquired the head of Saint Edmund. Okay. That might be worthy of it as well. We have acquired a sword, the sword Cortana, which is the sword of mercy, a legendary sword which was once wielded by Tristan against Morholt. This would also be why the tip of the sword is missing, a piece lost to the thick skull of the Irish giant. So an absolute legendary item. We put that up for display as well. We have the Girdle of Mary, elegant reliquary containing a holy relic of the Girdle of Mary herself. So that's something to display. We've got the Spear of Destiny, Constantine. This is the head of an ancient spear said to have been used by a Roman soldier to pierce Jesus' side on the cross. So that's something we have gained. And the Robertine Dynasty banner. So that is that would be that was commissioned by King Philippe of France quite a while back. We have gained patronage of the Knights Templar Holy Order, and we have gained some legitimacy as well. And we're now at war with the Al-Andalusian. Well, let's see if we can. Can we organize a peace? No. So maybe we can push them back and organize a white peace, because we have domestic issues to look into, and the men are tired of fighting. For now, however, we have displayed all the artifacts. We've got the skull cap of Charlemagne, we've got the girdle of Mary, the spear of destiny, and the legendary sword Cortana displayed in our court. We've got the tales of King Enric on a pedestal, and we have the Nosewise's pelt. Excellent tan hide of the king's dog, preserved to honor him. We have the French shield, a wooden shield of fine craftsmanship constructed from sturdy fir planks and bound together with a rim of wrought iron. Edges inlaid with seashells and painted with images of geometric shapes for a court grandeur. And the rest, obviously, the dynasty banner of the de Villeron dynasty is flying over the throne, where I now have the duty of reorganizing the French court, of reorganizing the lands. I have 25 subjects to deal with, who are probably less than thrilled. Let's sort them by who's least thrilled. The prince at this point actually appears to have remained in power, so we'll have to sort through all the intricacies. I think we'll begin with exposing everybody who has been part of this, and of this murderous cannibalistic death cult, and we will get rid of them as much as we can. All right. So he is now known to be a witch. I can't imprison him because he's a mercenary, but it is known that he is a witch. We've got Frédéric Mercadier. He is a known adulterer, so we shall expose that as well. All right, and can we imprison him? We can imprison him, but he might. But it is okay. It is an act of tyranny. No, then we don't want to imprison him. We've got the Duke of Normandy, who is a witch and has murdered the Duke of Mercia. So we shall expose that as well. He is a witch and a murderer. So with that, can we imprison him? Without, yeah, that's not tyranny, but he will probably flee. He is, though, I think he is one of my vassals. So we don't have. We will, however, attempt to imprison him if he flees. That it is. We have we've got the Craven Count of Clermont, who is known to have been eating human flesh in demonic rituals, so we shall expose that as well. Can we imprison him? Yes. Okay, but we'll have to. Well, I'll keep him pinned just in case that goes away from the list here, because we need to deal with him. We've got Albert Hugh of Montlhéry, who is known to be part of the witches' cult. So we shall expose that as well. And we've got the Marquess of Poitiers, who is known to be a murderer, and he will be exposed for that as well. And we'll need to deal with him. And we've got the Countess of Vermandois, who is an adulterer, a fornicator, and currently in prison. So we will see what we do with her. I think, do we have... she's not in our prison, so she's in someone's prison. But we will need to deal with all of these vassals. And I will immediately need to get my spy master to keep looking at the prince's court and see if he can find out if the prince himself was involved in this. He sounds to be too stupid to do so, but one never knows. The armies obviously will have to return to the southern lands, where we will have to deal with the enemy incursions of troops here. So there's no rest just yet. However, now that we are well, we've got a few. Yeah, I'm gonna go through and imprison. We've got the knight as well. My knight Henri de Beaugency, who is a known adulterer and has been excommunicated. However, he has in my eyes fought valiantly, and I think we shall pardon him instead. So Henri de Beaugency we will pardon him. He has been overcome by the darkness, but he has fought valiantly on our side and not given in to the more base desires that were spread from the demonic influence, and as such he shall be pardoned. All right, and with that, I think we can end the episode. There is much to organize, and we will still have to deal with the Burgundy potentially, but first we have to deal with the Al-Andalusian incursions, and we shall see if we can beat back the invaders in our lands here and bring everything under control, while still having a plague going around, and the Count of Carcassonne is having a better opinion of us as well at this point.